Hello, welcome to the Oswald Game. I'm your host, Rob. Welcome to Stream Street Day. Who even knows at this stage? Just see my camera's a disaster, so let me just fix that. Apologies, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Just me today, talking on the show, in what can only be described as a hilarious mix-up. I booked two guests, one being Vince and one being Neil from the WTC. And then I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, so I was like, oh, Vince, Neil's on tomorrow, you and me do next week. He was like, yeah, no drama. Also, look at this hilarious meme video. Amazing. And then Neil was like, oh, my wife's really sick, I've got to look after her. So then I ended up just me. So I hope Neil's wife, Super, gets better soon. So I apologise that you're going to have loads of entertaining people on the show, and you're just going to have to settle with me. And I've gone really brummy about that for some reason. Let's just sort out the however this looks, because this looks wrong, doesn't it? Let's fix this. Looks awful. Is that better or worse? Oh God. Anyway, I'm not having this. What if people tune in? They'll be embarrassed. They'll be like, look at this idiot. Alright, anyway, how is everyone? Are you all well? I shouldn't have done. I tried to fix it beforehand, but it didn't go well. Can we discuss the slick haircut? Sure. I just needed a trim, basically. It's got a bit of a mess. Did you forget to invite the top of your head? No, I'm normally wear a hat, but I'm not wearing a hat today. Is this a problem? Is this not a look? This is a look. This is my insurrectionist look. This is what it looks like. There you go. I'm sick from work. I figure to figure out while I figure out my printer. Yes, Mum, Dad. Good luck to you. He's on the printing train as well. I had a little... Oh, nailed it. Fixed it. I had a great time with my printers yesterday. All right. Camera sorted. Let's go. Not sorted. What is going on? Anyway. So how's everyone doing? Let me talk to you. I'm going to do some hobby. Let me just get my hobby cam up. Hold on. Start again. Here's my hobby tray. There's my wet palette. Here's my hobby hands. Welcome to the show. Style Ernst, the Battalion episodes are awesome. Can't wait for the DOK one. Yeah, excellent choice by James to do the Battalion shows. Really happy about them. So yeah, big shout out to him. He's done a really good job for us. So really looking forward to doing those. And then like a nice thing to kind of keep going while we're waiting for the news, and obviously no events are happening. So I'm enjoying the Battalion episodes. They're super fun. Why is a Troll Slayer hosting this show? Okay. Helga, how you doing? Doing great. Finished off my main Steve Rogers last night. Now an MCP ready. Yes. I'm bored as fuck, says Rabid66. Work has been quiet since after I started back after Christmas. Did a load of demon building in the week, but stalled now. Sorry, bud, about that. That's rubbish. It can be hard to get that motivation, right? Like, I've been struggling. Yesterday, I finished all 10 Blightlord Terminators. So I feel like I've done a unit, which is pretty brilliant, and I'm happy with that. It's just going on with Plague Marines. I was doing units of 10, but I'm now just doing little units of 3. So these guys are all the same sculpt, so I'm just like repeating them, just so I can find all the detail on them. And I'm finding that kind of an easier slog at the moment. But they are really... Cameron Fate Weaver, thanks, you look slick. Finger guns to you. Hey, 81 JDL, I hope you're well. Good afternoon from the frozen tundra of Sheffield. I hope you're good. Is it still snowing there? Hydrate my wet palette. It's hydrated, yo. But I've got my little bottle of one of these are wicked from Amazon. They're like £2, £3. Little side swipe of water in a little bottle that's non-spillable. Not a bad little choice if you guys want to add that to your hobby looks. I'm building Chaos Bikers. That's pretty fun. I'm hype into Chaos. Super into Chaos. I was thinking about it from the 40k show last night. Couldn't stop thinking about like Chaos and how I wanted eventually to get 1,000 Suns. Really good there. It's snowy here in North Notts. Is it? Nottingham City Centre is not snowy. It is sludgy and turgid, like the powerful inner city that it is. Has anyone else been dreaming of stonks? I love the idea that last night's show would have inspired people to go out there and see what stonks they can create. Irish Minotaur. So I haven't been doing a lot of hobby. Start a new job, get a new house, and been fixing up a bit as well. But I'm doing a new army of World Eaters, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to make them do thy work. Yes, Irish Minotaur. Fuck yeah. And World Eaters are also cool as well. Like, they are cool. They're those original heretics. Oh, no, wait. World Eaters, not Word Bearers. Sorry. Less cool. Are you doing the blue and white scheme, though? Because that's cool. I like that scheme. Okay, I'm having a clear out. Nice. Alright, I'm going to start painting and talking to you guys. I'm really sorry. You guys were meant to have... I never like doing the just me shows too often. Podcast guys, please stay hydrated. I feel for you guys sometimes, because you might be like, you upload every one of these. And I'm like, yeah, I do, for like continuity. But I'm also like a little bit triggered, because like, we could have had Vince on the show talking about stuff. That would have been great. We could have had Neil on the show talking about the WTC plans. That would have been great. I fucked it all up. I'm sorry, everyone. I feel I'm getting that imposter syndrome today that you get when it's just me yammering. So, you're all great. Thank you for being here. Grinaldi, no hobby till FAQ hits. I can't even bring myself to write two competitive lists because it will be undone in 1 to 2 weeks. Yes, we are all awaiting the FAQ. I do feel you. It's why it's quite nice being a dual system guy. I know tomorrow I get to find out how my Deathy boys are doing, or my Death Guard boys. So that's exciting. And then when the FAQ hits, I'm going to be going hard. Hard into Tzeentch and those battalions, hard into Seraphon, and hard into Cities of Sigmar is kind of my side project. But I'm also going to get into Lumineth and IDK. No judgments, please. No judgments. Mainly because I'm 3D printing armies. I'm not printing the Games Workshop models before anyone gets triggered. I'm printing other miniatures from miniature designers. And I'm going to use them. There's an Arabian-themed army, which I'm going to use as my Lumineth, and they look so... Oh, wait, actually. Do I have one? No, I don't have one. Otherwise I'd show you. I could go get one. But I'll put some up at some point. An Arabian-themed army for my Lumineth, which is going to look super sweet, and then an Japanese-themed Idoneth Deepkin army, which is slick. So I'm very excited about those. 100% Rob shows are the best. Thanks, Bowsquig. Fuck. That's nice, yeah. I really appreciate that. But there's so many good people on the show. Like, I love when you say hard, thanks, Crazy Horse. I'm fully keen to jump back into new Caradon this weekend on a few nice palette cleansing projects. I'm ready to go, says Diadrin. Oh, Diadrin's, if you guys get the opportunity to check out his Chaos and Overlords, they're going to be so good. But I like having all my guests on the show. I'd like to point out, because really I get to catch up with the most awesome people. Tom and Nick, amazing. All the guys from the Monday show, amazing. Owen, amazing. And even the people who are like not irregular, but you've got Mamdare, Bud, you've got Smorgan, Darren with his list diaries. There's so many fucking great people who we have on the show, either regularly, semi-regularly. It's quite nice. I quite like having people on the show. I think it's better. Thanks, MJ. I love you, MJ. You're great. You're really good. I bought a bunch of Slash Demons, but I actually am an actual imposter because I actually want to collect gits. What did someone say in the chat yesterday when we were talking about stonks? They were like, if all gaming choices were based off narrative, we would all just collect gits, which I can kind of get. I would be. Oh, what the fuck is my paint? I'm on board with that. It's right there. God, I'm stupid. Oh, that was you. Japanese Idoneth Deepkin make sense. They eat a lot of eel. They do. Go check out the Dragon Empire from Titan Forge. That's what I'm going to use as the models. Colonel Cabbage, I think you'll like it. Also, me and Colonel Cabbage next Wednesday are going to be doing a breakfast battle, so please do tune in for that. It's going to be sweet. The computer, by the way, all singing and dancing now. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's glorious. She's working like a little dream, so I'm super happy about that. I'm going to get that sorted. So I'm going to be playing some breakfast battles. I will bring out the 69 army next week in a show of force. That's what I'm going to call it, a show of force. Bird removed from the fan. In fact, actually, we got whole new fans. So big shout out to our technical engineer. I don't know if he's in the chat, Serbator, but he did all of our. He teched it for me. So big love to him for fixing it. I think I could have fixed it, but Chris is literally like a fucking engineer of computers, so he smashed it. So that's all good. Being from Perth, Western Australia, I'm lightly biased, but Smorgan shows are always brilliant. Delver Chris. Smorgan shows are brilliant. Like, he's a talent. Like, smart, funny. See, I was talking, I'm in a WhatsApp chat with like them, the guys from the Rage of Sigma, all the Dwellers guys, and like I was messaging them the other day. I was like, you guys are just so fucking fantastic. I think that's one of the cool things about the show. I hope you guys think it's cool. Is I love having everyone else on from the hobby. Like, I probably should organise more people to come on more regularly. It's just nice hearing that passion and enthusiasm when someone else is on the show, to be honest. I like it, and they're all just smart, funny people. Like Darren's like loving. I mean, fucking the stories we've heard from Darren in the past year. But he's like that all the time. He's just so talented and funny. Dayton, like getting to know Dayton, that's great. Like fucking what a dude. I love the hobby. The hobby is great because of the people you meet and you guys. So, I miss the Dwellers. Yeah, Death Guard or Death Wing. I'm doing Death Guard. Death Guard. No Dark Angels for me. Just these boys. And actually really liking them. Really liking them. I've done. You guys can see after that paint job, they'll get streaking grimed. So I don't know if it's going to focus on it at some point. No. And then after it gets streaking grimed, it gets white spirited. And it ends up like that. And I quite like that. That's not a bad little look. Like, it's mucky. And honestly, this streaking grime stuff, like, it's not going to replace Agrax. I think I've been using Agrax wrong, really. I think I've just been throwing Agrax all over models. Fuck me. Why am I talking about how I paint? Don't listen to me. Go watch painting tutorials. There's so many fucking good ones. Don't listen to me. That's all I'm going to say. The quality of your shows have dramatically improved, Rob. I tune in regularly. Thank you, Cameron Fateweaver. Is there any... Could you point out the reasons they weren't good before and what we've done recently better? Because I would like to hear that. I'd like to know what I could do better. I love that you guys all tune in. Like, it's fucking rad. Like, don't get me wrong. When the BBC guy interviewed me, do you want to hear something that kind of upset me? He was like, "Oh, you're not doing bad. 6,000 subs on YouTube." I was like, "Yeah, not bad, yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, it's not bad. Good start." I was like, "Oh, it's not the start." And I don't take stuff like that to heart. Like, as long as I entertain a few of you, like, I don't, like, that makes me happy. And as long as I do something worthwhile, that's good as well. But still, I was like, "Oh, sad face." Go on, Jay Wyborn. Being in school is wrecking my hobby time. You're going to get it, bud. Just finish up that school and then do your hobby after. That's important. I know you don't need to hear that from me, but I'm just saying. What was the name of those Idoneth Deepco models again? Colonel Cabbage, they're Dragon Empire from Titanforge. I haven't tuned in for all the shows, but I have been on and off, and quite a bit, I must say. You've been online for chats, and what's going on, etc. has been a lifesaver. Games Workshop big reveal shows were a treat. What have a Community Hero Award? Surely we could put you forward for this. I'll never win it. It's because I've been a twat online a lot of the time, and I don't really appreciate the Warhammer Hobby Hero Awards because it doesn't make no sense. Like, it does. There are, like, people who are exceptional in the community, and, like, Owen's a good example. Yeah, with all of the TTS events he's been organised, or even Adam fucking kicking it off and inspiring it. You know, like, all the guys that do online tutorials, people that moderate. Do you know who's never going to win a fucking award? People who moderate the Facebook groups. I would not do that. I would have deleted, like, everyone. Yeah, I'd have been like, "You're an idiot, delete. You're an idiot, delete." Like, so, those guys, hobby heroes. There's the people who run local gaming stores, people who organise events, people who just hang out in Discord chats and just fucking annoy people and make sure they're okay. There's loads of those guys out there. They all just. That's why I don't really believe in the the Warhammer Heroes thing, because I think that there's loads of other people who, I'm not saying the people who've won it don't deserve it, please. It's not my point. They're all wonderful people as well. I just mean I think that the hobby is full of heroes, probably. And just fucking, I mean, everyone's on a different journey. Oh my god, I'm on such an emotional mission now. I'm telling you this. Everyone's on a different journey, right? Someone's having the worst day ever, and the best that they can do is, fuck the hobby. Like, they get up, and they make some toast, and that's the best they can do today. That guy deserves a medal as much as anyone else. Yeah, because that guy's having a rough day. So, fucking cut yourself some slack. Yeah, and like, that's why I don't like the, I'm not trying to be negative. I don't like the two-tiered system, you know, with the haves and have-nots, the playtesters of the inner circles. Like, I understand that we need playtesters, please don't get me wrong, I understand it. I just think that there should be a certain level of decorum attached to it, which is why I was super hardcore whenever people would, like, take armies that they playtested week 1 or something to an event. I'm just like, I think that's bang out of order. That creates, like, a have and have-not situation. It kind of makes you a bit of a cunt. But that's probably my chip on the shoulder about, like, wealth disparity and a bunch of other things that we don't need to talk about today. Let's just move on, shall we? And let's talk about some hobby. Anyone got any questions? What's going on, M Tuk Tuk? Streaking grime and other enamels are magical. Before the enamel, I'm ready to burn my brushes. Afterwards, I feel like a paint god. Jacob Stacey, me too, baby. In terms of what you did better, I love the quick tutorial video. It's perfect, 15 minutes, a lot of info. The way YouTube works, it would probably help do more stuff like this. Okay, M Tuk Tuk. Yeah. I agree with you as well. The reason so if you guys want, hey chat, thanks to everyone who suggested the historical war game system a couple of days back. Going to try Hail Caesar. Now I need to think of 2 Republican Rome era civilizations to play. Oh man, Draconda, smash it, man. How do you deal with gold trim? I've started with black primer and then add gold dry brushed or airbrushed on vehicles before going to armor and green. J. Wyborn, man, you're asking me questions and you know I don't know anything about painting. Like, I just get the paint and I put it on the trim. I don't know what you have just said. You've already said things way above my level. I'm just going to take this. Look, there we go. Watch what I do. Take the paint and I put it on the trim. And then I am done. I am not doing anything else to that ever. That helps. Yes, true Primark. The amount of money you spend on the hobby, you deserve a medal. Fuck yeah, you do. I can imagine Adam's acceptance speech. That would be great. Yeah, I didn't do a fucking lot. I just sat in my chair, drank Thatchers, and told people they're twats. You both lose. He is the Warhammer hero. Crapping on metagame is a good first impression. Haha, says Wetblend. Not gonna lie, folks. My mental health was on its arse yesterday. I'm totally fine, but yesterday's stream was great help. Oh, thanks, MJ Pegasus. I hope you're okay, man. You're a super sweet dude, and like, because of the stream streak, like, me and MJ have talked loads in the chat, and so he's a fucking mod now in the chat. And maybe he doesn't give a shit about that, but I do. Like, a fucking legend. So, like, I'm all about that. What you're on about, Rob? The past year's taught us anything. It's that the tiers are absolutely amazing. Thanks to Orphan. Hey, Rob, I never get to watch live because of the time greetings from Japan. Greetings, Gark School. But I really want to say how much your shows have been like for me, being so far from home in these rough times. Gark School, man, happy. Fuck yeah. Good. Happy to help. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. You look after yourself, baby. Let's talk about FEC. Are they ever getting new stuff? Yes, let's. I would like that to be a thing. That I will talk about in a minute. Let me just read the rest of the questions. Have you tried painting bases separately from models? I use temporary bases when painting. Yeah. So if you look, this is all I ever do. So this is just some milliput. So I didn't give a shit about it. So I just stuck a do to it. And then what I'll do, as you can see, is just fallen off. Or on this guy, par example. As you can see, he's just super glued onto a base with a tiny bit of super glue to paint on. So like a cheap painting handle, if you will. And then I just snap him off, paint the bases separate, and then stick him on, which is quite good. I'm excited about maybe 3D printing some bases, but I haven't done that yet, and probably won't do that. I like making bases out of milliput, and also, like, because you can just do such a simple job, like this base here will be sprayed black, dry brush white, and then I'll put lava, which will just be red and yellow and white in places. It'll just be a lava base. Like, it's not a technique. It's just That's what it is. Or for my Imperium, I spray it black, dry brush it, white, and then I just add blue parts in, and then I put some white in the blue parts, like some sort of like energy sort of thing. So that's kind of how I do those bases, and then I just stick them together. Super simple after, like pretty cheap. Milliput's pretty cheap, pretty easy. I mean, you could do the textured bases and all the other stuff, but I'm not really, like I've talked about 1,000 times on the show, I'm not really here for like impressiveness. I'm just here to paint the models, get them on the table so I can play, which is what I'm most excited about. Just printed 40 base from my Skaven. See, now that's a great way as well, because you could do the designs on some of the bases out there. We could talk about that all day, but let's not. Oh, so we're back to sweary daytime, Rob. Oh, McLeod, I'm sorry. No more swearing. Rob, do you have a finished Death Guard dude we can see, please? Sure, bud. Here you go. Hang on. Double sword. Chuff with this guy. The light's not... it's okay. Yeah, man. I'm really chuffed with that. That looks awesome, right? And from 40 feet away, this is going to look sweet. I love the contrast the Streak and Grime stuff does. Like, I'm not saying it's the only way to paint, of course, but for me, I'm just like, this is really, really good. Really big fan. So, yeah. Do you think the Tzeentch Mortals will get a points drop in the FAQ? I hope that they do. I really hope that they do. I feel that they definitely need it. Yeah, I think they really need it. Paint God. Thanks, Jacob Stacey. But honestly, not Paint God. This is just... this is... Honestly, see, this is the thing. I'm not a good painter. Again, quickly. Look. Not a good paint job on this. Yeah? I'm just banging on colours, and then I'll just throw the Streak and Grime over and take it over. That's... For the Death Guard stuff, at least, that's pretty sweet. But yeah. And I'm really into the... Oh, I shouted out... I've been wrongly shouting out... Oh, I can't find it. I've been wrongly shouting out the wrong Instagram page that I've been loving at the minute. His name's not Lutin, but Luthwin. Luethen. I don't think he's got, like... He might have loads of subscribers, like, but I don't know if you guys can find it. But he's been doing, like, a Cities of Sigmar army, but in, like, a really grimdark style, like yellow and kind of and other stuff. And honestly, oh boy, I'm into that. I'm going to start a Monday night painting Twitch stream. Good work, I'm Good Demon Honest. Would you be interested in joining some time? We'll be WizKids Minis. We'll send you a mini. Great British Brush Off. Sure. Monday evening I can't do, though, because obviously, depending on the time, because obviously I've got the Monday show, so I can't fuck about with that. But drop me a message about it and we'll try and sort it. Did you shave your head to look more like your hero, Nathan Prescott? It's not my hero. It's just... I'm his sidekick. I don't know if he's my hero. I mean, he's pretty great. Like... there's a lovely fella called Tank. You guys might not know him. He's done, like, coverage before, like, infield stuff. Super lovely guy. He's been on stream when we were doing some 40k coverage. Really nice guy. Fucking really like him. Anyway, me and Tom last night were just fucking cry laughing about him and Nathan playing Warhammer. Because there's, like, such a fucking energy that some people bring to the game. And Tank and Nathan have got the same sort of energy. And watching them play, it's like there's a guy over in Australia called Dino from the Brisbane area. Fucking hilarious guy. Him, Dave Kerr, Gammy, all those guys have just got this fucking absolutely wild energy. And watching them play Warhammer is just a different thing. It's like a different thing. Like, it's just... What's funny is when you get people whose energies are completely separate. A good example would be Tony Moore. I couldn't have more respect and love for Tony Moore. Think he's a fucking treasure. Yeah. But he's like I've told you before, he's like a fucking sentient piece of stone on the table. He's just an iron golem, not moving, not doing anything. He's just like... Anyway, my point is, watching him and Nathan play Warhammer would be amazing, because it would just be this, like, frenetic energy. Or maybe even him and Tom. I think that's one of the things I love so much about Warhammer, is you get these people whose, like, energy levels don't connect, but then watching them interact is fascinating. Fascinating to see sometimes. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on about that. I just think it's awesome. Hey, Warhammer Rob, hope you're well. Teplus, thanks for subscribing or following us or whatever you just did. Please do subscribe if you get the opportunity. You can do it free with Amazon Prime, apparently. It's the first time I think I've ever said that. Probably stop. Right. So someone asked earlier about FEC and what could they do for FEC. So there's a Kickstarter for some 3D printed models. Part of the conversation I'm going to have a lot now is about 3D printed stuff, guys, and I'm sorry about that. It doesn't mean I love Warhammer any less. In fact, it probably means I love Warhammer more. Like, there's no chance that I can afford a Lumineth army over the next 12 months. Like, there just is no chance. I've got the rent to pay on the venue. I've got, I lost a job last year and it's still not coming back. So, like, you guys have been sweet ass on Patreon and stuff. So, all those other things. But, like, it's still pretty rough. So, like, there's no chance of me, like, buying new armies. I mean, this Death Guard army was pretty much made from stuff people just threw at me from, people had loads of Conquest stuff. So people just kept sending me models. So that's pretty much where my Death Guard army came from. But now I'm excited because I can print myself a Lumineth army. For, like, again, not the Games Workshop models, I'd just like to point out. But I can print myself some beautiful models, like beautiful, like genuinely beautiful. I was going to make a statement that, I don't know, man. Some of the models are better. Like, fucking, I know you're not meant to say that. I know you're not meant to be like the guy who's like, can you show us your printer sometime? Sure, I will do. Give me a sec. Give me 1 second. Let me go get this head that I've just printed and let me show you what I mean. Because I want to ask you. And this does relate to the FEC question because I want to talk about, 1 second, just, I'll run back. Right, so, and podcast guys, so sorry about that. So you just had to listen in silence. Right, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Let's try and make this focus. Okay. Alright, oh yeah, nailed it. Right, so this is a head that I've just printed for, like a kind of Bloodthirster equivalent. And it's the same size. Right, so that's the size of the head. Okay? Right, but the detail is stuff that you wouldn't get on a GW model. Or maybe you would. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than I'm impressed. Maybe it's because I've seen Bloodthirster heads. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. I'm not sure. But I was blown away, and I have continued to be blown away by all of the designs. And anyway, my point was, I was like thinking about this today. I saw it. I was like, is this better than the Games Workshop model? I was like, on par. But, like, I know you're not meant to ever say that. Like, Games Workshop models are the best models, end conversation. But I'm not sure that's 100% true. Do you know what I mean? Right, I know we covered this before, but if you print the Small Gamer Crew, I buy them all for money. I've asked some designers, so that's something we're going to do in the future, I promise. But anyway, my point was, sorry, this is what I was trying to get at. Yeah, is I'm going to continue to have conversations about this because the question was, are we going to get any new FAC? Luke says, I don't think it looks that great, to be honest. Okay, all right, well, like everyone can have their own opinion, dude. That's super cool. I'm into it. I don't know. I think it does. Anyway, my point is, when you're talking about like new FEC models, which I think would be awesome, right? Because then you immediately go like, I really like to see them do. I get that the ghouls think that they're like serfs and whatnot, yeah, and then like the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, they're kings. But I would like them to like make the models feel that way. It does feel like, I get that they're like these ravenous beasts, but I would like them to like have found some Bretonnian shields and pick them up and take them with me, right? Oh no, there's not new FEC speckles. Please don't get too excited. Hello everyone for joining us, by the way. But yeah, my point is that like there's an amazing Kickstarter for Bretonnia, and this is where the conversation is going to constantly go nowadays for me, because I've been looking at all these like models, because there are some models that need updates. Grotesques for 40k are a great example. From the Drukhari range, like they desperately need an update. Saurus Warrior is another good example as well. I talked about the new Seraphon Warband. Looked cool, don't get me wrong, the Chameleon skin in particular, and if you love them, oh my god, I'm so happy that you love them. But for me, those Saurus Warriors aren't strong enough. But there are some 3D Saurus Warriors, or 3D printing Saurus Warriors, which are hench as shit. And I don't know how we can't have that conversation as a group, because we have to, because it's so cool. I'm excited about the game, and I'm excited about the hobby, and I'll continue to be probably forever. But I don't know how, I don't know. Is there anyone who would be upset me talking about it? Because I don't see how it could be, right? It's fucking wicked. That there's all these opportunities for these. Also, you could play. Who would be upset about us using, or not even using? For example, let's say someone turned up with a Bretonnian army, but used it with the Flesh Eater Corps rules. Does that make sense? I'm sure someone has kitbashed something where they've I'm sure I've seen someone who's put little medieval hats on top of ghouls with some shields. That's fine, right? But I think there's a genuine conversation to be had about what we put on the tabletop, because it's our creativity, right? I don't know. Anyway, new FEC. I wouldn't mind seeing them accidentally re-releasing Bretonnias, but it's more ghoulish. I think that would be fun. But I know that would be completely separate to what the range looks like now, so that probably won't happen, ultimately. Hey, Cassandra, those Lost Kingdom Lizardmen. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They look awesome, right? So, that's all I'm trying to say. Whenever you talk to me about new models now, it's going to unfortunately have to involve the conversation of other designs that I've seen, because there's some great options out there, and I'm excited by it. Like Be'lakor. Be'lakor's probably one of the most, definitely plug-and-play options for Chaos right now. But the model's okay. Tio Plutus, thanks for subscribing. Is it your first time? Oh, thanks, Tio Plutus. Welcome to the gang. Is there any news on the FAQ? No. We are expecting the Age of Sigmar FAQ before the end of the month. But other than that, there's no new news, unfortunately. A lot of us do think that the points are just going to go up and down by 10 points, and there won't be any significant changes. But obviously, I would expect there to be some significant changes to Kroak, at least. Skinks? Do I expect them to get a War Scroll change? Not Skinks, but I would expect the Star Priest to get a War Scroll change. I mean, it would be good if just even his ability just happened on a 3-up. If it was just that, you couldn't automatically do those. And if you could change the Fangs of Sotek command ability, that would be great as well. But then you would have to literally just take it off, I think. I think you can stand and shoot, but you shouldn't be allowed to run away. They should just take that part away from it. It's just not fair. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, Marty Ahoy, thanks for resubscribing. Second month in a row. Kroak's probably also going down in points. It's for someone who's new. For someone who's new, there'll be a lot of sarcasm. A lot of the guys in the chat play Warhammer competitively quite a lot. And so when we say things like Kroak is going down points, we're being sarcastic. That's just you're before you start rage smashing into the keyboard. What? Yeah, Kroak plus 5 points. That'll be all it'll be. Mostly I hope that Spiders will go down 80 points. Would be more than fair than the 100 points. Antstone agreed with you. Spiders going down across the board would be good. Trogs going down across the board would be good. Gits generally going down across the board would be good. I mean, if you compare them to Saurus and Skinks, or Seraphon books specifically, they definitely could just go down, right? Magic items and Chaos March for cultists and idolaters. That would be good. Understanding how to write their own walls would be good. I've got Kroak down 200 points and now has an ability to just put himself in the soul. Darker Design, I agree. Speckles, I've got 3 black coaches now. They need to come down 100 points max. 200 points. I think that's fair. Speckles, I'm actually really excited. One of the nicest range of models that's out there at the minute has to be the Nighthaunt range. Now, yeah, we saw loads and loads of Grimghast Reapers around 2000. So whenever Age of Sigmar 2 came out, was it 2017? With their inclusion in Legion of Nagash, they were so strong. So strong. But the other stuff just didn't get much of a look in. Mimrodon Banshees are beautiful. Mimron Banshees, however you say it. And of course the Black Coach. I think it's a crime that the Black Coach didn't get the upgrade. But then we thought the same of the Turtle. And they have made the Turtle integral to the army. Friednet Deepkin. So it would be sweet if they made the Black Coach good. Sweet. Look, go on, all of you. Just tell me what your hopes and dreams are for it. Let me see what's going on. Liberators down to 120 to 60, so we can run armies of 120. Matt rules okay. Yeah, baby. Tio Plutus. Oh, give me a cheaper spiders. Finish the spider army and hope for better rules in White Dwarf. Boy, was I bummed. Tio Plutus. Me too, bud. Me too. If it makes you feel any better, I've been sat on a spider army since Age of Sigmar started, in fact. I've actually just bequeathed all of my spiders to Nathan Prescott, so he can put them in his army, which would be good. Just new vampires, that's all. Yeah. Tree Lord mount traits. Ooh, see, yeah, good point, Halalex. Monsters don't get to have mount traits on top, right? So, like, you can get a command trait, a mount trait, and an artifact on a Ghoul King or Terrorgeist, whereas a Tree Lord Ancient could just get command trait, obviously, an artifact. So it'd be nice for them to have tree facts. We've got Botafacts. You know, why can't we get tree facts? Gauls get 3 attacks and a 2+ save. Desert Sketch. I'm into that. That would be fun. Across the board, Seraphon increased by 20 rather than 1 or 2 units getting big increase. Draconda, I think some of the elements in the Seraphon book definitely could go up, like in their points comparison. Sure. Yeah. Weirdly, I'm hoping they don't touch Sylvaneth, because if they do, that probably ruins my Broken Realm dreams. No, Broken Realms, I think, is going to happen. Sons of Behemoth points drops. That's fair. Points for terrain pieces to make it more of a tactical decision and option. I hate the feeling of having to shell out pounds for something that is free. Scott Brent, I totally understand that. I really do. I like the Endless Spell and the terrain piece addition to Age of Sigmar. It's a great point that you don't want to have to do it. Like, you don't want to buy an army like, I have to buy a terrain piece. But I think that the fact that the option is there is fucking cool. Sorry for swearing. It's flubbing cool. Yeah? I think it's wicked. I think it's so nice to be able to have this, like, awesome terrain piece. Like, I don't know. I like it a lot. And I think, like, it's fun to see on the tabletop. Yeah. Sorceress on Black Dragon for 20 points. I would like to see all of the Dark Elves. Dark Shards, I want to go down 20 points. Dread Spears down 30 points. Blackguard down 20 points. In fact, no, 30 points. Executioners, because I love those models, they can go down 40 points. I don't even know what they are at the minute. If they're 140, yeah, make them 100 for 10. Whatever. I'm with you. Let's make them all way cheaper. They're great models. Things like Nighthaunt, Beast, etc. aren't going to be fixed with FAQs or point changes. They need complete book overhauls. Dwarf Penguin, I agree with that, obviously. Though if they do want to make my goats 1 point each, that'd be nice. I agree. Some of the books definitely need like a significant points change. So yeah. I know, so sorry. I'm trying not to swear. When I get excited, I get excited. I love the additions. Yeah, it feels like I want to paint because I want to do it, not because I must. Yeah, I hear you, Scott Brent. I get you. How many Seraphon players though have to buy the Pyramid? Pyramid's not actually like integral to the Seraphon army. That's the kind of key point. Whereas the Loon Shrine is vital. Trees for Sylvaneth, vital. The Charnel Throne for Flesh Eater Courts is vital. So a lot of the terrain pieces are vital. Although we haven't seen every faction have to take them. Kharadron don't have to take one. Seraphon don't have to take theirs. Sons of Behemoth don't have one. Lumineth don't have one either. Actually, are they moving away from it? Let's look at this year. Tzeentch got Endless Spells, didn't get a terrain piece. Seraphon got a terrain piece, but didn't get any spells. Lumineth didn't get anything. Have we heard anything about a terrain piece for Slaanesh? We haven't. Interesting. Executions are 100 for 10. Oh my god, I want them to be 60 for 10. Mac G. Let's get them cheaper. Gitli, Korgraths, I'd like them to go down. Oh my god, yes. OCR Bone Reapers, they got a terrain piece. I totally agree, I love my OBR compensation piece. Yeah. I have nothing. Having one terrain piece is cool, but then Sylvaneth and Nurgle buying all of those. Yeah, that's a good point as well. And if you go back and listen to the Sylvaneth review, I've talked about this time and again. I understand that they want to sell a lot of trees, but probably I would say one of, if not the army, which new people tend to gravitate towards when they join it. Maybe as a Sylvaneth player, I'm biased, but I do feel like when you want to get people into the hobby, Sylvaneth feels like a very, very like sellable army. Like, do you want a bunch of tree dudes? And they're like, yeah, man, big tree guy, I can punch people. Like, yeah, again, swearing. If thanks so much. But the fact that it's like, but you also are going to have to buy minimum 2 lots of terrain. Like, they should never, like, I was hoping with that Sylvaneth book we were going to see the removal of the trees necessary, but instead they've made it again integral, and that's a huge problem. Like, Sylvaneth book needs a rewrite again, and I'm going to say this time and again, that the trees need to not be a part. And that's not going to happen, though, because unfortunately, obviously Games Workshop want to sell that miniature in those forests, so now we end up with a battle tome that will always be clunky. Like, one of the coolest factions, in my opinion, has gone from, like, awesome, like, with the potential with the Sylvaneth rewrite, and I'm still mad about it today. The Sylvaneth rewrite, when it came, was just a travesty in not understanding how to play Warhammer, and Age of Sigmar specifically. They just didn't understand that no one wanted to do that. No one wanted to put another forest on the board, another forest. Like, it's kind of cool, like, one time, and then after that, it's just annoying. And then it's also another barrier to entry for the Sylvaneth, which is sad. I've taught so many new people out of Sylvaneth because of the trees. Yeah, Matt Rule's okay, like, I hear you. £30 for a terrain with a hole in the middle is a bit harsh. Hakin, I agree. Taco, blah blah. I love to see Carriage and Overlord scenery, a bunker or flying support gun platform. Me too. That would be super fun. Thinking about Dark Shards and generally all the chaff shooting, do the rules make them useful at all? Most in power. Dark Shards, you can kind of do an okay build with them. You could take the battalion that came in Marathi, and if you wanted to, you could run them in Anvilgard or Harkuron or whatever it is. But not great, bud. Like, not great. And you're really relying on getting one spell off. So the answer is, like, not really. But, like, you could have, like, a fun mid-table board. And again, one of the reasons that I would like all of those models to come down in points, because they're just super cool and it'd be sweet to see them on the tabletop. Same with spiders. Get them loads cheaper and we'll start playing some games. Sylvaneth is how I got my wife on board when I started the hobby. She didn't care how much money I spent as long as I was buying pretty trees, says Jacob Stacey. Yeah, baby. I get you. Like, I didn't want to say, and I don't want to say, but my experience is that when you show some ladies around, and I'm not generalizing, it's just been my anecdotal experience. Yeah, my anecdotal experience. They generally gravitate towards the Sylvaneth, and then I don't date them again. And as soon as the ones gravitate over towards, like, eels or Nurgle, I'm like, you're a keeper. Is that an Artis Opus dry brush? Yes, this fella. I watched some of those tutorials, and I've got it. And I don't know if it's great or not great, but I'm going to give it a try. I will say, if anyone wants any, I'm not sponsored by anyone. So all of my reviews are always just me. My favourite brush, so I've got, like, a bunch of stuff. I've got a Winsor & Newton 7 series. I hate that brush. I've got just some stuff from a train shop. Can't like that brush. I've got some army painting brushes. Really like them. But my favourite two brushes, are both from Element Games, and they're the brand ones. So there's the character brush, which is my second favourite brush. But my favourite brush ever, this is my favourite brush, is a stubby brush. So I don't know where it is at the minute. I sometimes, like, put them in my head and run away. It's just a stubby brush, like a small brush. That's but basically the tip is much smaller, and I can't control it, and it just fucking goes everywhere. So I just have a really tiny tip. It's really great. Yeah, shill. I agree. But that's the best brush for me. Well, it's my favourite brush. I've been learning to get better with this character brush, and then I've been sometimes using this regiment brush, because Rhodesy, so Duncan Rhodes, or as I call him, Drunken Rhodes, he said this was his favourite brush, so I've been trying to paint with that a little bit some days. So yeah, it depends what I'm painting. I don't really like to paint metals with a nice brush, though, because I tend to find it fucks up the brush eventually. I don't know. Fucking never. 11-1 viewers can nig it, yeah. Oh, thanks everyone for joining me. You guys are fucking great. Oh, stop swearing. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out. That's super sweet. More sale gold points. This time Games Workshop make it happen. Hobby supply stonks. Yeah. I mean, I do have stocks in all of those things I just mentioned. I really don't. There's no trim to put on this guy. He's done. Flub you, buddy. Yeah. Buy a brush from Rosemary & Co. I don't know who that is, Hawkeye, but I'll give it a try. I don't have any need for any brushes at the minute, truth be told. And I'm happy at the minute because I'm just doing the Death Guard dudes. So I've got some brushes at work. Just going to keep doing it, and then I'll be all good. I don't know what else to paint with at the minute. I've got some new metals, so I bought the copper paint that Vince told me to buy. The metal colour fella. Woohoo! So I'm going to try that at some point, but again, because I'm not changing armies. So when I paint my ogres, I am going to try new paints that I've not tried before. So I'm going to try these Vallejo metal colours and some other little stuff. So that'll be me. But I don't know about you guys. I think I don't tend to switch up my paints, like all my brushes or anything. Well, I mean, brushes you could change. But obviously you can't change your paints when you paint an army because, you know, you want that consistency and them to all be the same. So I think for me, it's going to be about starting a new project before I start some new paints. That'll be interesting, at least. Have you used, Lee Taylor says, and any thoughts on the Army Painter Masterclass dry brushes? No, sir, I haven't. I have got Army Painter brush here, which is a dry brush, which I quite like. And I've got this Army Painter brush, which I quite like. But no, I don't have any thoughts on those. Sorry, bud. I'm not really a great light hobbyist. But I use these are my you need a really shitty brush. So this is what I use for. I don't even know where this is from. Probably from I don't know, not a Kinder Egg, but just somewhere. I probably found it on the street. That's what I use for doing my streak and grime stuff. But then I use it like a wash as opposed to pinpoint drying. Oh, in fact, actually, this is the one I use. Because it's the stuff's gonna fuck it up, so I just use a fucked up brush. No swearing. Which brush did you say was Drunken Road's favourite? His favourite, the one he said that he uses to paint stuff on is the Army Painter Regiment brush. That's the one that I don't want to speak for him, and maybe go on his channel. He's got a channel, you can go watch all that stuff. That was a conversation I had when I was doing a stream with him for the Army Painter, so he could have just been blowing smoke up their arse. But he did say on the stream that was his. So, he's either telling the truth and he loves it, or he was just, fucking playing, good politics with the brand. I don't know, but that's what he said he used. And I do know that, but I don't speak for him, so definitely go on his channel and listen to his stuff, not me talking about him stuff. That'd be fucking rude. Swearing. I purposely paint all my guys a little bit inconsistent so you can't tell what's accidental and what's on purpose. That's a good technique. That's what I do with basing. Basing, I think, is my friend Mark Wildman does beautiful armies. He paints so well. And what he does, well, not what he does, but he put me onto Milliput, but his bases are so intricate with flowers and other little things. I was always like, how do you do that? And he was like, it's just chaos. I just bang them on. He's like, I just do them all different, and I just bang loads of stuff on, and I don't. I was like, do you plan it ahead of time? He's like, nah, just stick it all on. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then when you look at it, because you guys don't know what I've just randomly decided to do, and he doesn't you don't know it's random. It looks like it's intentional. If that makes sense. It was a great stream as Uncle Atom googled Night Haunts win percentage. Probably not. Primark Dan! I buy my brushes from China, get loads of cheap and not fussed if they go rubbish after a few weeks. That's a good point. If you take the copper, do the streak and grime thing, then stipple some thin bright aqua oil paint, you get a super interesting old copper look. Thanks, Jacob Stacey. Appreciate that. So what will you next breakfast battle be, and what will you be playing? I'll be playing Tuesday morning against Owen with my 69 Screamers, is what I'll be doing. And then I'll be playing Wednesday morning, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to rearrange with Chris Welfare. So everything that was meant to happen this week is just going to go on to next week. PC's all running, so that'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. We'll breakfast battling all week. Hey Neil, my mate Tommy Soul, aka Golden Paint, swears by the tap brushes, and this guy's a Games Workshop pays to paint freelance for them. I did not know that they paid anyone to paint freelance for them. Again, I'm not the man to ask. I know there's all sorts of people who are super serious about brushes. I'm not. I've tried a few different ones. I hate the Games Workshop brushes. That's the only thing I'll say. But I know that there are painters like Henry and some other guys who swear by them. They say that they're brilliant. So yeah, like I just don't like them. I feel like they always fuck up. And I think, I don't know, maybe the quality's the same. I just haven't enjoyed it, which is what makes you go buy other brushes, and then you get into that conversation. And if you ever ask anyone what's your favourite brush, oh boy, that is a fight on your hands. I wonder who is more of a baby about it, like wargamers about their favourite units and codexes, or wargamers and their favourite paintbrush. Thulrum, does the restream bot only send chat one way? Maybe. I don't know if it sends chat to you guys over on YouTube. But I think it sends... I don't know. Actually, I will check that next time. Because I have kind of an integrated... the Ridge of Seamar. There you go. You see it. Oh, cheers, buds. Right. Does anyone have any questions? Or, more importantly, how's everyone doing? Anyone want anything they want to get off their chest? Want to drop to me in the chat? Say hi about? Any of those things. Not got long left on the show today. And it's been a pleasure. Don't forget, if you are watching, I am live every day. Midday until 1 o'clock. So I have been now for like 300 days. We started before lockdown. It's called the Stream Streak. We're also live every Monday and Thursday night. And of course, there's breakfast battles, which start at 9 a.m. British time. This is all British time, by the way, obviously. And we are doing more and more coverage during lockdown through TTS. It's a little bit weird, but normally the thing that we normally do most through the Tabletop Sports Network is we do live coverage of events. Very excited about doing that in the future. Again, potentially the WTC this year, if that's all okay and can go ahead. If not, next year. Hype for that. And obviously, I stream from my own arena now, which is quite cool. We've got 8 tables out there. 4 of them are set up to be live streamed from, and I'm in the commentary booth. So in the future, we'll be holding events, and those games will be live streamed. We'll be commentating on them from the commentary booth, which will be super fun. So that'll be more commentary for you guys to see. But unfortunately, that's still probably months away. So we'll get there eventually. And I'm very excited about that, because then that is going to be constant. You guys are going to be sick of it. You're going to be like, that's probably too much Warhammer Rob. I'm like, nope, not enough. Not enough. Is there an FAQ coming today? No. No FAQ coming today. How many pigs is too many pigs for an Ironjawz list? Used 12 last night and I feel like I could go heavier on the bacon. Pete, they're brilliant, but don't use them in unit of 12. Like, I think 6 is the max, and then just like 2 units to 6, 2 units to 3 is pretty good. Live coverage of what events? So TTS events is what we're doing coverage of at the minute until real events can occur. I'm a little worried for the meta as Eric Hoger is swapping Slaanesh for my Trogs. What? Probably the best chance to see some winning trolls. What is he doing? Maybe he knows about some point changes. Thought about that, Tim? You probably talked about it already, but I saw an article Games Workshop had made something like 187 million quid this season, so this 6-month period. And it's like 6 times more compared to last year. How is it possible when people can't even play? It blew my mind. I talked about this a little bit. I think there's a bunch of different reasons. But don't forget they launched their brand new edition. And I think it can't be understated just how much impact that's had. Also, they've had like some huge YouTubers. Magic Carp use Fly. That other fellow does Magic. Some like massive YouTubers with like at least 1 million subscribers, like who've jumped over from playing other game systems into playing Warhammer, which means they've brought their audience with them, like, and they've just shunted that. So even if like, let's call it 10%, which is 100,000, and each one of them bought a box of miniatures, which I know you don't buy one, but let's just say, I mean, that's 500,000 quid right there. Like, and they might all be new hobbyists. So I think what we're seeing is a huge influx of new people, especially during lockdown. Gives them something to do, build, paint, and hang out and that sort of thing. That's a little project for people. So I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're going to be amazed by the volume of people who are going to be playing Warhammer when COVID is over. Like, we'll be amazed, which is exciting. More people in the community is great. So I think that's probably one of the reasons. Does Ash Barker, man with book, I assume, upset you? I have always enjoyed someone looking through a book I would rarely buy. No, he's never upset me at all. I am a noob and still trying to work out a way into playing the game properly. The book overview gives me a little bit of a picture of what is happening. No, it doesn't upset me at all. Like, man who reads books, brilliant. Like, all hail man who reads book. Not at all. Does great quality content, really, really professional stuff, really excellent. Like, couldn't, like if he can get a model for being a Warhammer hero, he should get one. Whatever. Like, he sounds great. I don't mind his videos at all. I don't know if anyone ever picked that up from me. I don't think I've ever said that. Yeah, man who reads book is more of a meme than an insult. Yeah, like, I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, he reads through all of the stuff, which is great. That's what I want someone to do, because I want to know what all of the stuff is. No, Hawkeye. No one will ever give it to me. Does my choice of fashion offend you? Primark Dan, it does. But that's mainly because you never cover your ankles for some reason. And you look like you're about to go to Marbella every day. I think you argued this isn't a review, it's a read-through. Yeah, that's my only point. It's a read-through, not a review. Those are different things, right? Like, so one of the things that we do, so when the FAQ comes out, so the HC Mario FAQ, one of the 2 questions that we will ask about the points changes and the rule changes twofold all the time. Super boring, but that's what I think a review should be. Is, what does it do to the meta overall, like positive or negative? Does it make the book wholesale better in the meta or worse in the meta? Great question to ask about an FAQ. Yeah. Or, do the units inside the book, so the internal balance, does it improve the internal balance of the book? I think those are 2 ways of, like, reviewing. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a difference between, like, reviewing that, so that would be like a critic talking about the meal that they ate, as opposed to watching someone eat a meal. Those are 2 different experiences, and I feel that that's the difference in the conversation I would talk about. I got a question. Why does everyone hate One Mind Syndicate? I don't like their videos, but it seems on Reddit and stuff people hate them. Vols and Riot, I've never even heard of them, so I'm so sorry. Are they the guys who they seem to make really professional lore videos, I think, but they do it about loads of different stuff? No idea. Has there been any news on the AOS FAQ yet? Nope. Or they pretend it doesn't exist. No, there has been news that it's coming out. There is definitely an FAQ coming out, so that's happening. And bless the man for his read-throughs, like to get the information out of the book. Full Grima, listen, top of the pile is my favourite. Is shorts and flannel an acceptable life choice? Only for you, Chris. Only for you. Flannel's acceptable. Shorts and flannel works. Yeah, that's an acceptable life choice. Also, you know, during lockdown, I don't want to admit this. Are any of you just so I cut my hair, I need to cut it for weeks. Have any of you been like, I can't be arsed, I'm not going to see anyone today? Has anyone had those experiences where you're like, yeah, I'm not that bothered. I'm not going to see anyone today or tomorrow or the next day. Has anyone had that? FAQ normally comes out on Monday, so I bet it's the 25th. Yeah, maybe. When the heavy intercessors come in, never. I think they're a joke that they don't want to release. Will Dockerell, no goss, baby. So sorry. The only important thing in the FAQ is my faction better than everyone else's. Yes. I shave my beard totally off because I won't say anyone. My lockdown beard's going great. I'm pretty sure we all stink like shit right now. Maybe this is the daily reminder for us all to get up, go have a shower, wash our clothes. Am I still wearing those dungarees? I'm actually going to go get them later. Yes, I say clean shaven personally. I haven't shaved in about 2 weeks because what's the point, lol? My partner bought me 2 onesies at Christmas. I never thought I would wear one. Currently painted playbooks in a moose onesie. It's like a snow day, but we're all doing it at the same time. Yet went into auto lockdown the weekend after I bought the beard trimmer. There we go. Do you think KO will get the Nerf bat? So, according to Games Workshop, because they did an article on it, they think KO is the top of the pick, which is a little bit unfortunate for them. They really only need to change a couple of things. A couple of points changes and change spell in the bottle. to either have to cast the spell, which I think would change up everything massively, or just delete the item. Would be another way, but it's a cool item, so just have them have to cast the spell, and then that'll fix it. If you had the Power King Midas but could choose the material you change things into, material would it be? Fuck me. I don't know. At the minute, resin, but then I guess everything I touch would be resin. So I don't know. Touch myself, I'd just be resin. I'm not sure. Armies they never get right. One is Khorne. That's correct. Always OP or non-existent, even back in Fantasy. Remember the old book? Yep. They can't do magic well either. They don't know AOS Tim. They don't know how to do magic well. They never do magic well. It's either like nothing or all the way. They're like, they have no clue how to do magic. All the time. They're like, yeah, so you cast a spell and you get to do D3 mortal wounds. Like, okay, that's quite interesting. It's like, cast a spell and anywhere on the board, 2 CP. 2 CP. You're like, They don't know how to do it. How bad is a Warp Lightning Vortex when Skaven use it compared to KO? So Warp Lightning Vortex is still bad, but the problem with the Warp Lightning Vortex, or maybe it's still super strong and should be more expensive as well. That should go for like 120 or 140. Or it shouldn't just proc twice. There's a whole bunch of stuff with the Warp Lightning Vortex itself. But if the KO had to cast a spell, they wouldn't get to guarantee doing the thing. And getting to guarantee to do the thing, I think, is the main problem there. I still think we will get AOS 3 this year, but we'll see whether or not that pans out. We'll see over the next month, I guess. If we get no news on the Broken Realms book, and it seems like a slow slog, then maybe they're going to wait a whole year, and we'll end up with like the slowest Age of Sigmar release schedule ever over the next year. They might bump it a whole year, but they'll always do it around summer. Or they're just going to absolutely hammer it out over the next few months, so we'll see. Yes, Grinaldi absolutely smashed it. They get all those things wrong. Right, okay. Right, listen. It could be a year of Broken Realms, but don't think it will be. So what do we have? 4 factions? Are we guessing 5 books? I don't know if it's going to be 5 books. Might be. Okay, listen, you guys have been great. I'm going to go now. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be live again tomorrow day. Please do hang out with me then. It's going to be super fun. And Sunday with Mam Dare. Yeah, but you guys have been brilliant. I appreciate you all so much for coming in, tuning in, hanging out. It's been super fun. You're all brilliant people. Loads of love. Thanks to everyone on Patreon especially, and anyone who subscribes especially. I know it's a bit mercantile of me, but I need it to live and support the show, so I can't thank you enough. So it means tons and tons. So you guys are great. Flub you boys. Have a great day. Podcast guys, stay hydrated. Look after yourselves. See you all tomorrow. Have a nice day.